Hey guys, Sam with Hiner Outdoor Living here, and today we've got a real short video. We're going to take it all the way back to the basics and show you how to get your concepts drawing all set up from the start. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started with this. So our first step is we're going to hit this white plus sign in the top left. Then we're going to go ahead and hit New Project. I like to do a new project for every client I do so that I can keep all my drawings organized and I don't have them all just shoved into one folder. So to start off, let's go ahead and change the name from Untitled. We're going to call this How To. So we'll just delete that, get that name added in there. If we can write today. All right. Now that we've got our project named, we're going to tap into our drawing. Once this loads up, it's going to come in with just some basic settings, but we really want to get this set up properly from the start so that our export is really nice and, ready to go, scaled, and just ready to go to plot. So to start, let's hit that settings in the top right now. This pulls up our settings window and it's going to have our workspace, our stylus, and our gestures. Today we're focused on getting your workspace set up. With that, it's going to be the artboard size and the drawing scale. So you'll see that it comes in as infinite. We're going to go ahead and change that to a 36 by 24 and change points to inches. That gives us a 36 by 24 artboard size, and so now we can print full blueprints, or we can scale that down to 11 by 17 and still retain those drawing properties. Tap back into the settings and let's set this drawing scale. Right now it's coming in as 1:1. We're going to go ahead and change that to 1:10, 1:20, whatever your end goal is here. So let's go ahead and set this for right now as 1:20 feet instead of inches. And now we're ready to go. So if we go ahead and draw a line here, let's turn that up and go straight, bring this thickness up a little bit. We're just going to double check that we're now drawing in feet, not inches. So we look good there. All right, guys, so now that we've got our artboard set up, the scale is set, we are ready to bring in our base plan, our aerial, whatever that base material is that we're going to be using to draw on and design from. So we're going to go ahead and hit the import button here and go ahead and click more. Now we've got a couple options. Wherever your file is located, you can search for it through your photos, your files, or you can even take it directly from your camera. We'll go through here and let's go ahead and drop this plot plan in. As you guys see, it came in very, very small. So now we need to scale it up so that it actually is, reading true and we are able to start drawing with it. So with our selection tool, we'll get that highlighted. Right now we want rotate turned off and we want scale turned on so we can keep the uniformity to that drawing. We're gonna go ahead and bring that up a little bit just so we can see more of what we're working with. All right, guys, so now that we've got our image brought in, we've scaled it up some so we can see what we're doing, but it's not actually set to scale yet. So now it's time to, bring that to that 1:20. To do that, we're gonna turn our image opacity down. I like to go to about 50% to where I can still see the line work, but still see anything that's below it. Once that's done, switch over to a new layer, a pin layer, an untitled layer, doesn't really matter. But what you're going to want to do is draw a 20-foot line. So to do that, turn your measure on, as well as turn your guide on. If you pull up an angle, an ellipse, a rectangle, anything like that, don't worry, just hit the word, it'll pull up all of your options and select that line. Hold down the end of that to pull up our edit length. Go ahead and put that in as 20 foot, and then we're good to draw our line. I like to go a little bit underneath the guide. The line is still going to track directly on it, and now that I have my line in there, we're good to go. Turn that measure tool off, go back to your selection tool, go to your image layer, select your image. Now we can real faintly see that our 20-foot line that we just drew, that red one, is now here in that back area that's a little bit gray. And so we'll go in here, grab our drawing, and we're going to pinch and zoom to scale that down to fit our dimension of our line. You go a little bit more. All right. So now that we've scaled that up to our line and we know that we're at that 20 foot, we can go ahead and get rid of that red line. Go back to our image. We still have that at that 50%. So let's go ahead and turn that back up to 100. And now we'll see that our plan is much smaller than our artboard, which is fine. The biggest thing at the end of the day is that we're drawing to scale so that at the final portion, when we go to print these out, you can give them off to your contractor, you can give them off to your foreman on site, and they're able to pull those measurements that they need and get the information from it that they need to get that job done. The reason this is so important is that it's going to be the foundation of every single drawing that you guys do. So you want to really get this process nailed down, and this is not the only way to do it by any means. The great thing about Concepts app is it's very versatile, and you're going to find those little tips and tricks that you like that we may not know. We are by no means the expert. We're just here to help you guys out and share our information that we've learned through our trials and errors. So stay tuned. Our next video in the how-to series is going to be a continuation of this. And now that we've got our drawing set to scale, we're going to show you a little bit of how we like to work our process and kind of our next steps of getting from our plot plan that is scaled to that final design that's ready to present to your client.